Welcome to the Live to Inspire show exclusively on Phenomenal TV. Nothing but phenomenal. And of course, like always, we are the trusted source of content, so you better watch out. I go by the name Nehemiah Tjatji, Mr. Live to Inspire. And the show basically is all about engaging and having conversations with individuals who are living inspirational lives, whether it be in business, entertainment, or rather in the corporate space. It's all about finding out what impact are they making within the society, the country, the continent, and the world at large. And in studio with me, I have a lady who is inspired by Oprah Winfrey, Basana Kumalo, the likes of Kanye Lomo, the Coco Channel. She is ready to take over the entertainment space, the media, PR, marketing, the digital world at large. Her name is Allegro Dinkwanyane. Welcome to the Live to Inspire show.
Thank you for having me. Do you have that intro for everybody?
No. Trust me. I had weeks and weeks of preparing, knowing who you are, and I'm in your journey in business, in the media and entertainment space. Yeah. Let's get straight into it. Orgella Media. When you then now started off, right, and to where it is today, I want to just get straight onto it with the kind of people you brought on board. Yeah. And to make what it is today. You know, the empire that you already. I mean, 8 entities.
Yeah, making it 9 very soon.
That is hard work right there, and at only 27. Yeah. So your team and yourself coming together and build this empire. How did that go about, and what's the importance of teamwork?
With me, I didn't look for people actively, you know. The right people found me, and through their hard work I could see, okay, they really want to be involved in what I'm doing. They're supportive. I know Snetemba, my PA, who's also my publicist and a senior account exec at Orgella Communications, started off as a freelance writer. She was living in a different city. I was in Joburg. She came across the blog and she said, listen, I love your platform. Can I submit some articles for you? She did that for almost a year, and I'd never met her, only until her husband moved up to Joburg for work. She came by, she said, I don't have a job, I just relocated with my husband, what can I do with you? And I said, okay, cool, you'll be full-time. And it was me and her, literally from 2012. I was not paying her a cent, not even your petrol, your transport, your nothing. I was not paying her. I could barely afford to pay myself, like, you know, maintain my lifestyle and pay bills and things like that. So we'd meet up at coffee shops and we'd be working, and she had no problem. Like, she was very proactive, still is to this day. And it's people like that that I kept along my journey and I grow with, you know. And as the company grew, she also grew within the company. She felt like she'd been gotten like so many job offers, and she's such an open person. She'd come to me and be like, listen, so-and-so called me today, they want to offer me a job, and the salary is more, but I'm not going to go. Wow. I'm like, really? Where do you find such people? You know? But then, of course, as the company grows, you do, you know, make vacancies available and you look for people, but some have never lost it. They come and go. You don't even see them in our annual photo shoots and things like that, because they come there for the, I want to walk carpets with Allegro, I want to bump into the celebrities. The clients, when they come into the office, they want to take selfies. I'm like, whoa. That's what you're here for, and you're not here for, you know, putting in the work. So really for me, teamwork at the end of the day is what has made Orgella Media today. I can't run this whole entire empire, like you said, with 8 entities on my own. I had all the ideas, I got the funding, you know, but I don't have the expertise to do everything else that my team does.
Just to pick up on that, on involving different people within your team, right? A lot of young entrepreneurs, right, and SMMEs always struggle when to get someone in or not, you know. When did you specifically know that it's the right time to actually have an extra person on board? Because I was at a talk at UJ, you were holding a talk, and you sort of like showcased your team and a bunch of inspirational young ladies who are hardworking. You explain individually who's doing what, how, and when. At what point were you able to say, you know what, I need to involve someone else to handle that. I need to involve someone else to handle that, you know? Because sometimes we involve people, we don't know what exactly are they going to do within the company, you know? So at what point were you able to know?
When I wasn't sleeping enough anymore, when I didn't have a social life. I hadn't seen my mom in almost 6 months. And it was just like getting out of control. You know, the workload was like, okay, it's too much. I need an assistant. I need somebody else to handle some things that I can breathe a little bit, and I can, you know, get up on a Sunday and go to church instead of working. I can drive to Polokwane for 3 hours and see my mother. You know, that's when you knew that, okay, this is starting to take a toll on me, and if I don't get a team, it might start depressing me. Something that you love might start to seem like, you know, it's such a hard thing, and then you start disliking it. Meanwhile, you're so good at it, you know. And also the growth of the company. You know, as we grew, there were more responsibilities, there were more opportunities, and I couldn't be at, you know, 2 different places at the same time. You know, I needed to send writers to go cover a story while I'm at the office, or I'm out of the office looking for clients, you know, or whatever it may be. Like, I really couldn't juggle everything on my own. My thing was start young, make all your mistakes, you know, the pitfalls are there, hurdles are there, jump over them, fall, pick yourself up, and by the time I'm like 30, I'll be good. That was my thing, but I was good by 25, I think.
Back then, I was not really clued up with the digital space, what's really happening in that era, you know, and it is today. So back in that time, 2012, 2013, you know, what were the challenges you had in that industry?
Well, data. As always, it's still an issue, and I would see that a lot when I would go on the back end of my website, when it was like school holidays and UJ and universities were closed, my numbers would like dip. And I thought, but what's happening? Because I would get like over 1 million, you know, hits every month to 2 million. And all of a sudden we're getting like 300K. I'm like, what's happening? Then I'm like, oh, they use free internet on campuses. So people didn't have enough. So you couldn't really reach your audience when it was like holidays and things like that. And that also affected my numbers and then affected my advertising rates. So that was also now the business of blogging, which is something that I had to learn. I actually did an online course with the University of Cape Town on social media and marketing, because I was confused. I'm like, I have all these numbers. How much do I charge? How do I take it seriously as a business? Because I want to flourish in this industry. Like you're saying, I dived in, but then when I'm in there, I'm like, I don't think I'm making enough money. Because I started hearing about the Perez Hiltons of the world who make 6 figures a year from blogging. I was like, hang on, maybe I'm doing it wrong, you know. But it was really, I mean, it's something that it's always inspired me, looking at international bloggers, and in Africa there was nobody, there was only one lady, but she did it differently. But I looked up to her story, Bella Niger in Nigeria. It was the only blog in Africa. I thought, you know what, if I had to build something, it would be to that level, you know, where she turned it into a business and she's hired people, and it actually, it's fully functional, and you're like, so that is a blogging business, you know. And that's something that I wanted to create in South Africa, not just a hobby and then I still have a 9-to-5, because that's what a lot of bloggers do even today, where they fashion bloggers, but they behind a desk during the day. I didn't have a job. That's all I did.
Now the online blogging, you as a journalist, as a freelancer, has opened so many other doors. Now that opening different divisions within your company, you know, for the likes of the PR, right? How did you then figure out, well, but hey, I can represent artists, you know, within the South African entertainment space?
I was doing that for free for my friends, believe it or not. Likes of your Nandis and your Donalds, and you know, they just asked me, help us with the press release, or things like that. And I'm a writer, I'm a journalist. I would do it like in literally 5 minutes. That's what I do. And I did major in communications while I was studying journalism at UJ. I majored in philosophy and communications. So it was something that I feel like naturally, it was a natural progression. I would end up in that space, and I already had the name down in the company registered, but it wasn't operating. I just didn't feel like I'm at the right space to actually jump into the next entity. The holding company itself has always been outlined from the get-go, but I didn't know which entity I would launch first. So the entertainment one was the easiest to go with because it didn't need much funding, you know. So go with that one, grow, plow into the next ones and pick it up. So I then decided, okay, let's launch it, officially and start representing celebrity clients. From celebrity PR, we moved on to corporate PR because obviously bigger budgets, they pay more, and it's quite challenging. Corporate PR is very exciting, and the events management side of it also that we went into. But we also love working with the celebrities, with all the drama,
can you imagine the
with all the, we love working with them. It's a nice feeling to just open a magazine or switch on the television and your client is on there and they're doing their thing and their brand is growing, and you're like, we're behind that. We've been supporting this person for like the past 2 years, and they were nobody, and now they know them. And that's what I think really makes us proud as a PR agency, to say, look at the work we've done. We took an unknown brand and really put it out there and put a spotlight on it. So
They say collaboration is a new innovation, right? Have you collaborated throughout your journey in your company?
Not throughout. Later on, when, like you're saying, as the company grew, I then started collaborating with different, I'll give you an example, the creative agency, Orgella Productions, where we do graphic designs and corporate videos and you name it. I didn't have those people in-house, but I decided to collaborate with creatives outside of that space to give them also the opportunity to, get employment, and they were like freelancers, but every time we got a job, they got something, and that's how we work. Even till today, I don't have in-house graphic designers. I work with different graphic designers based in Cape Town. One is in Norway, one is in, like, literally it depends what the client is looking for. I send out a brief, whoever catches the job, and we get paid. So collaboration is very key for me. It's as important as teamwork, I think.
Yes,
a lot of people tend to think, I don't want to share the cake, I just want to do everything on my own. You can't be good at everything.
Yeah, that's true. And I must say that collaboration is one of the elements of entrepreneurship that we should practice, especially in the times we're in our country, to be able to really help other entrepreneurs as well, to collaborate with other individuals who are also doing greater things that we are doing, and of course sharing work together. But at the same time, I want to find out from you, what's the importance of entrepreneurship in our country and this time we're living in?
You're an entrepreneur yourself, right? Yeah. You really trying to get into this space, and I would actually encourage you, because there are no jobs, and if they are, there's very little pay, and you can't, at the rate that we're going economically, you can't survive just saying, okay, cool, I have a 9-to-5 job. I know a lot of people that have 9-to-5 jobs that still have businesses on the side. Weekends, they're on another hustle, because they understand that the standard of living is just going higher and higher every year, and you can't just relax, So I always admire people that are just like, salary time. When is month end? I'm like, really? Wow, But then also, there are people that entrepreneurship is not for everybody. I always say, especially now, it's like we're in a season where it's a trend to be an entrepreneur. Where people look at you and they think you have money, you're making it work. And I'm like, no, actually, it's a hustle every day. The money comes, it goes out. It goes into paying people, and being an entrepreneur is hard. If you make it past the 3-year, mark, kudos to you, but you've just laid the foundation. You still have so much work to do after that. So for those that can't start up anything, like I said, entrepreneurship is not for everybody. There's the likes of Allegros, that let's start companies and let's empower the youth to say, listen, let's give you, a second job. Let's give you something else to do, because you can't rely on, unless you're getting paid really well.
And of which it's...
then you're fine. Don't stress yourself. Exactly.
Allegro, I'm actually on Instagram right now, right? And
my page.
Yes, there is a saying there. It says, all I ever did was try my best, and that was enough. Allegro D.
Yes.
What is that all about? Because I feel like there are entrepreneurs out there, entrepreneurs out there. You know what, you get so confused, you don't even know how to go from one point to another, but hey, you know what, you just try your best.
Yeah, literally, it's as plain and simple as that. Just try. a lot of people will DM me, you know, from the guys that just think that it's fancy to be an entrepreneur to the ones that really want to do it. And you see the passion in just in when reading their mails, and I'm like, how do I help this person? But then when I try and go deeper and find out, what have you actually been doing? Have you taken, you know, that first step, that leap of faith? Are you willing to sacrifice something they haven't? You know, so how are you going to know how far you can get if you're not willing to try? Try. If you fail, pick yourself up, you know. There are times that I failed in about 2 businesses, lost, you know, some money, but it was like, it's worth it. Let me pick myself up and keep going. But I'm not afraid to share those failures, even on social media, because I want to, like you guys, you live to inspire. You're really out there trying to like show people that whatever it is that you're trying to embark on, that you're trying to do, it's possible. Keep working at it, keep the faith. And for me, I mean, I've always paired my goals with prayer. And the hard work and prayer have, till this point, it's never failed me. You know, it's never failed me. So
go to church now.
Yeah, that's why I said, like, just try. You know, people are like, I'm so afraid to fail, and if I try, my friends will laugh at me. Or what if I leave my job and then it doesn't work out? What if it does work out? You know, and then you become the first millionaire in your family. What if it does work out, and then, you know, I don't know, you just start employing your friends and people around you, and you do something, you know, that nobody else has done. But we're always so shy and afraid, and we want to wait and see somebody else do it, and then we want to follow. But it's already late because that idea is taken up. That's why you'll have like, you'll be in a community where there's like 10 car washes in one street. And I'm like, but guys, are we all chasing one car? That's because one person started who had some faith, and then the rest were like, we're not gonna. And then when they see you succeeding, they're like, let's all hop on that. But now you're not being innovative, you're not being creative, and you're busy, you know, fighting, you know, for clients in the same space, as opposed to being creative. Challenge yourself.
That's true,
And don't be afraid to have too many ideas. People always look at me, they're like, 8 entities, girl, are you like the jack of all trades? What's going on? I'm like, I'm not good at everything, but I will give it my best shot. I believe that if I have an idea, God plants that idea within me. And there's no way that I can thumbsuck a name, register it, trademark it, and not be able to, you know, execute the job. It's either I will own it and I find the right people to run with it, and I still make money off that. The fact that I had the idea and I sat on it.
I was about to say that the fact that you thought about it.
Exactly. I knew that, okay, this is something that I can, you know, pursue, try it out. And if it doesn't work, great. I mean, whatever, move on to the next thing. People are so afraid of failing. They're like, oh, people will laugh at me. Half the people that follow you have never met you personally. They don't know your story. So why are you so afraid?
What's the importance of mentorship?
Mentorship is important, but hey, I had mentors growing up. I looked up to Oprah. I then tried to localize that and said, okay, Oprah's in America. Who is here that's doing what I want to do, but do it even better? There was Basetsana Khumalo, Khanyi Dlomo, Carol Bauer, Johanna Mokok, you name them. Amazing women. And I then started looking at their stories, but I wasn't knocking at their doors until just recently, when now they start knowing who I am. And then we're like, okay, meeting up at events, and you can call them now and then. But before then, I watched them for years. I read Kanye's magazines. I would always read her column. Hey, black people don't like reading. And I say that unapologetically. Black people don't like reading, and then they sit back and they'll tell you that I want to be mentored. My life, I'm not in the right direction. I find even just the Bible, itself, it's like it's a struggle. So how then are you going to expect to be mentored by a Richard Branson if you don't even know how many books he has? You don't pick up his books. You don't know any local authors. You don't, you know, follow up. Like, there's all these talks, TED Talks online. There's so many things that you can go and read up on, and it's free now, but you waste all your data or the free Wi-Fi at the office that you're at to be following Queen Bee, who I love, Bona, fabulous, but all day you're double tapping her pictures, or you just, and you're like, all that, like that hour or 2 hours, you could have read up.
She's making money out of it, by the way.
You know, you could have read a book, you could be inspired by somebody and actually pursue. My thing is, people want to sit there, look at Allegro's life, look at the Bonangs, look at the Khanyi Dlomos, and then they still don't do anything. It's to be inspired and us mentoring you from afar, and then actually actively do something. Otherwise, mentorship doesn't work if you're just going to sit there. You know, you're going to twiddle your fingers, 5 years goes by, Allegro is growing, you're still at the same spot, and need to say I inspire you. I'm like, but how? Because I'm moving and you're still at the same place, you know? There
we have it. It's been a great conversation I had with you. And
yeah, I loved it.
there's so much one has learned. But I wanna leave off with a quote that says, from you again, stop leaving out the part where you messed up. Accept, learn from your mistakes, reflect, and grow.
Yes, definitely.
Allegro Dinkwanyane, that's just about it. The Live to Inspire show exclusively on Phenomenal TV. Nothing but phenomenal. I go by the name Nehemiah Tjatji, Mr. Live to Inspire. Until next time, we out.